So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today we're going to take a quick look at the Vastilok, which was originally introduced during TennoCon 2021 as a Twitch drop. It has now, however, been added to Barraketeer's inventory, and you can buy it for 550 ducats and 325,000 credits every now and then when he does decide to bring it back. You should also be able to buy it from other players with platinum, however that's not possible right now because at the moment the Vastilok is not tradable, though it has been announced that it will be tradable in the future. The Vastilok is a Mastery Rank 9 gunblade that does 279 damage per hit, 234.4 is slash, 25.1 is puncture, and 19.5 is impact. It's reasonably fast, with an attack speed of 1, it has very high status chance of 31%, though unfortunately the crit chance is pretty low at 19% and the crit multiplier is below average at 1.7. Now the damage on this is significantly higher when you actually fire the gunblade, doing a grand total of 621 damage that's split between 10 pellets, and each pellet does roughly 50 slash, about 10 puncture and about 9 impact. The shots also come with 1.3 meters of innate punch through, which is fantastic, especially against things like Grineer shields, and the gunblade also emits a shockwave whenever it fires, so if there's an enemy within 4 meters in front of you when you fire it, they will be staggered or knocked down. And finally, since it is a gunblade, I also quickly want to mention Shattering Impact, which is a unique melee mod that makes you strip base enemy armor every time you do impact damage, and since you're firing 10 pellets at once, you can strip a ton of armor per shot. Now as far as the setup is concerned, I ended up going with a more shooty bang bang light attack style build, which on this weapon will fit with just one Forma, and that's gonna be a V. For the stance, I ended up going with Bullet Dance, which has far more shooting than actual slashing, which is good. Then we have Pressure Point for melee damage, which I think here is better than Condi Overload. After that we have Blood Rise, so we get more crit chance, Organ Chatter for crit damage, Berserker Fury for a ton of attack speed, and then Carni's Mandible to absolutely skyrocket slash and add some additional status chance. After that we have Drifting Contact for combo duration and status, and we top it off with Vicious Frost and Virulent Scourge for virulent status. One thing I will say though is I'm constantly swapping between Carni's Mandible and Weeping Wounds, trying to decide which one is better, and I kind of can't, because with Weeping Wounds you get more status overall, but you don't get as many slash procs in proportion, and with Carni's Mandible you get a ton of slash procs but you don't get as many viral procs. It's just kind of all over the place, so try both and decide which one you like the most for yourself. The damage is pretty good with both mods, though don't fire at enemies that are too far away because the weapon has pretty harsh fall off. So the weapon overall performs pretty great, but there are some downsides, mainly the crit chance and crit multiplier, which are not quite up there. The numbers aren't necessarily spectacular, and also while the weapon does do primarily slash and it does a lot of damage per shot specifically, it's split into 10 pellets, so the resulting slash procs aren't super powerful. Still, the weapon is more than capable of carrying you through the vast majority of the game, it just slows down a little bit versus really beefy enemies like Acolytes in Steel Path. If you're gonna do something like this, you know, Steel Path, and you're really gonna want to fight Acolytes with a gunblade, I think you're gonna be better off with a really heavy hitting, heavy attack build. Invest a little bit more into crit with stuff like Gladiator Might, so you have more crit damage, and Sacrificial Steel, which is gonna get double crit chance for heavy attacks, and then you're gonna have some decent upfront damage. But even the light attack setup is more than good enough for the vast majority of the game. I personally like to run the light attack setup because it's more fun for me, it's far more nimble, you're rolling around all over the place and it's just kind of ridiculous, which I like. And it's also significantly cheaper because if you're gonna do a proper heavy attack setup with full investment, you're looking somewhere around 4 or 5 Forma. So choose wisely, and that's pretty much it for the video. So I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed it and found it helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.